Evening, guys. So I'm currently streaming live on YouTube right now. I'm literally just streaming and going live on TikTok and Instagram to let you guys know. Hi, the market navigators. I completely forgot your name, so I'm really sorry. But yes, it is so good to be back. I feel like this light is very bright. My eyes. I'm live on YouTube right now, guys, and basically what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna run down what I was looking at this morning. Haven't really been able to trade much recently because I've had a lot going on. But I am starting fresh with a new, I've got a 50k, well, I've got two 50k funded accounts and a 100k account. So I basically, these two 50k accounts are brand new. So I basically want to show you guys every day. If I can't stream in the morning, then I'm going to try my hardest to stream in the evening for you guys. And hopefully stay really consistent. I feel like I've kind of lost my way recently. I've had so much going on. I've recently decided to move away from my other business. So yeah, it's just been all a bit up in the air, but we're back and ready to just go back into the full swing of things. But yeah, like I said, guys, I am live on YouTube, so that is where I will be showing you my charts, because I cannot show you my chart on TikTok. If you're here with me on YouTube, not YouTube, Facebook, I think you can see my charts, and Instagram, you can see my charts a little bit. It's all looking a little bit messy at the moment, but I will be showing you what everything means. All right, I'll answer any questions as well as we go along on TikTok if I see anything coming up. But let me know if I've got any traders here. Let me know as well what it is that you trade and just where you're at in your journey. It's always really, really interesting to see where everyone's at. Okay, so was Nasdaq 100? God. Oops, sorry guys, on TikTok, just dropped my whole phone. But basically, I can't show my charts on TikTok because they are forever banning me. So that's why I'm trying to move you guys over to YouTube, and then you'll be able to see as well when I go live. And that's where I'll be showing my charts. Any kind of comments and questions, just ask away. I think a chat box should come up for YouTube, so I'll be able to see the questions. So basically, this has been my first day back in a long time, and I'm going to talk you guys through how I break down the charts, what I was looking at. Hi, Yusuf. But yeah, if you guys, you want to come and see how it is I trade, I basically use very simple price action. I'm going to show you guys in real, on the real charts, how I look at it. I know it's all looking really crazy now, but, okay, guys, if anyone's messaging you pretending to be me, I don't message people. The only time I'll message someone is, when I'm doing a live like this, and I'll tell you I've messaged you. So please, if anyone's getting any messages from any other accounts, please just report them. That's not me. I don't even do crypto. Yeah, I don't do crypto, guys. I'm learning a little bit about crypto. Do trades. So I trade. I don't trade smart money concepts. I do understand it, but it's just not something that I really trade. I like to trade trend lines and support and resistance, but not the bounce off. So I personally quite like to trade the breakouts, basically like the reversals. So yeah, let me just show you guys. So, right, I always start on the daily and we're going to work our way down. I'm actually just going to take all of this off so that we can just start fresh. So I can just show you guys how it is that I trade. But yeah, Yusuf, if you can just report them, that would be great. So when I came on the charts this morning, I didn't have too much time, and I'm quite upset about the fact that I missed this trade. But I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit rusty. I haven't been trading for that long, and you know, I honestly just didn't really have the confidence in that moment. But I'll show you what I was looking at, and it was a big move as well. So firstly, we're gonna just look at, you know, the direction of the market. You know, you don't need to be professional traders just to see that gold is still very much moving in an uptrend. You know, a trend for me is at least 2 touch points. And gold has not come back down to hit this trend line since 2023. So, you know, I'm not too sure it's coming back down there anytime soon. So we're now going to create steeper trend lines, working our way up. And again, even with this one here, you know, that's March 2024. So typical RR, you know what, this can change. It really does vary. So I'm going to explain why this is, because I'm trying to become a trend trader, and really you should be staying in trades for as long as you're in the trend. So there's no real, you know, I'm aiming for a 1 to 2, 1 to 3. It's not really like that. It's like, okay, we come out the trade when the trend breaks. And I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to show you how I trade and how simple it really is. Okay, so I'm just marking up my trend lines right now on the daily time frame. This is just so that I have, you know, a good understanding of where price is currently at. Very, very steep trend lines we've got here. So like I said, for me, a trend line is at least 2 touch points. And my TikTok guys, if you're new here, just come over to YouTube. I'm live on YouTube. It's just Doey Trades. You'll be able to see the full charts there. Thank you so much as well for the likes and the follows. I really appreciate you guys. It's been a while since I've been streaming and back on here. So thank you. Really appreciate the gifts. But yeah, so as you can see here on the daily time frame, we've got these very, very steep trend line that it's been playing around at for a while now. So if I just zoom in to show you guys what is happening, this is the trend line we're currently at. You know, we've got quite a few touch points here, and now we've been playing around this area, and it looks like we could potentially break it. You have to remember, you know, when you are in such steep trends like this, if gold was to break this the steepest trend line to come back down to here, you know, overall we're still very, very much bullish, but you know, we haven't really had a big pullback for a long time, since I think the beginning of the year. So risk per trade, I tend to only really trade 0.5% of my account at one time, because I do like to trade with prop firms, so I like to be really, really safe. Okay, so as you guys can see, we've created this trend line. Just gonna make it a little bit more accurate. Okay, so as well, we've got kind of a bit of a counter trend like this. Okay, so as well, people ask me if I do my trend lines at the bodies of the candlesticks, or like, you know, whereabouts do I actually put my trend lines? And for me, I always put my trend lines at the top of the wick. And the reason for this is because, you know, some people don't even trade candlestick charts. They trade just line charts. So there's no such, you know, there wouldn't be such thing as a body and a wick and everything like that. If you're just trading a line, it's literally just a line. So for me, the trends are always at the top of the wicks, not the bodies. So that's personally like how I like to trade trend lines, but I know everything's subjective. There's no real right or wrong. So, you've got to collect your own data, see what works for you. Okay, so the other thing that I like to do, I'm just going to go quickly back onto the daily time frame, is I want to mark up key levels. Just want to make sure. Okay, hopefully we're all live on YouTube. I can't see anyone's chat just yet. Get rid of the chat quick. No, that's not it. Okay, never mind. Can't seem to see this anywhere. Might as well watch some Sonny Boom Boom. Not too sure what that's meant to mean. But yeah, on TikTok, guys, I'm not streaming my actual charts. So if you want to see the charts on what I'm looking at, you're going to have to come over to my YouTube channel. And guys on YouTube, do let me know if you do have any questions, but I'm just going to walk you through what it is that I've been looking at today, the trades that I literally just missed by like a second, which was so annoying. And I was like looking at it. I had to change my bias with it because originally I was in a buy, but yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that in a second. So now that I've done, my trend lines on the daily time frame. Hi, Sean. I'm going to show you how I mark up my key levels, daily key levels. So this is areas that I like to find reversals from. Gold has recently been consolidating, so it's been a bit annoying, really. But my daily key level up here, and I took such a nice sell position when it reached this daily key level here. And again, if you're trading the trend, you should definitely trade it at least until the trend is broken or until you go back down to another key level, which another key level is here. But because there's been so much consolidation within gold in the middle here, I actually would say that there's another key level here. So how I mark up my key levels, by the way, is body to wick. And you can see there's a lot of touch points here. It's a bit annoying because I don't know why. I feel like I had my original key level here, but to be honest, I would say this is that middle key level. Got gold, keep it. Thank you so much for the follows, guys. Really appreciate it. But yes, so here are my daily key levels. So how I like to trade gold is understanding where we are in the market structure, basically. Are we at the top of, are we up here? Are we about to reverse? If we are, then you're looking for those sell positions because price is going to try to make its way back down to another key area. Or are we down here and we're looking for buys? So like I said, we're kind of like in this middle zone, which is a bit ugly. We're potentially breaking out of this daily trend. We're not quite at the key zone here. So I made a bit of a mistake this morning. I thought we were at a key zone, but we weren't. I would definitely say this key zone is very messy. You don't have to trade the middle part. Like, you can just trade the swing highs and swing lows, and you're literally swinging from those areas. But yeah, when you're trying to capitalize in a market that we're in, it's I tried to figure out where this key zone is in the middle, but it is difficult. Anyway, let's move down. Let's go down to the 4 hour time frame and just see what it looks like on a lower time frame. Okay, so right, so this morning, where are we? What are we? We're the 28th, aren't we? Okay. So, yeah, I'm not really too sure what I was looking at this morning, why I was thinking buy, but let's just keep going down on the lower time frames. I think I really got muddled up with my key zones, and I'm quite new, to be honest, to trading key areas. May have been this. So on the 4 hour, we have a look at this 4 hour downtrend. Where are we? Yeah, so I would have seen all of this. This is where we were at. I try and make sure I answer any questions, guys. I'll just kind of keep switching back over to see if there are any questions, but I'm not even too sure if the chat is even showing on YouTube. Okay, let's just continue anyway. Yeah, so if we look at this and we're looking at this bearish trend here, like I said, this is why it's so important, and honestly, it's like practice is going to make perfect when we're working with these key zones. Because if you look a little bit higher, I think where this original key zone I had it was like here. There's a lot of touch points, you know. I'm going to move that back because, yeah, I don't like that. There we go. So, right, this is where we were in the morning. This is why I wanted to actually leave my markings on, because I do get really, really quite confused. So this is, I mean, today, look at this. It's been quite slow, really. I think we were, yeah, this is what I was looking at when I was trading this morning. It was, 4 hour was just looking super, super dodgy. We had to break out. It was a fake out, a candle light. I have no idea what that means. But yeah, so like I said, guys, we are following right now this bearish trend coming down. I did initially think that we were moving up, and I'm not too sure why, but I'm going to have a look on the lower time frames now. How this looks so different to me this morning, I'm not sure. This is why I want to try and come on here more with you guys so that I can reflect and go back over my trades. Like I said, I was in the trade. I didn't really stay in the trade because my bias quickly changed. Really want to kind of show you the whole point in this. Okay, so this was to, honestly, I don't know what I was looking at this morning. I might have to go onto my Discord and show you guys what I sent in, because I don't know why this is looking hella different right now. So I'm looking at gold in the US dollar. So yeah, very much, this is why I love these key zones. I actually entered a sell up here last week, and if I was trading the way that I should trade, but in all honesty, I'm learning how to hold my trades, I'd still be in this trade now. So this is, someone asked me earlier, like, what's the risk to reward? Like, what's that for my strategy? So I actually entered, my position was here. I had my stop loss it was after that wick there, so I had a bit of a wick up, and technically we'd still be in this trade now. So right now that would be a 1 to 8. 1 to 8 risk to reward. She's bullish queen. Yes, so I've actually started recently looking at like trying to correlate trade. And yeah, I mean, I haven't been able to trade too much today, Linda, but I really wanted this sell position, and I'm gonna trying to show you guys what I was seeing, but I got rid of all of everything, and for some reason, so this is the 15 minutes, so okay. So this is what I was looking at, and I'm really, really unsure as to why I thought that this was a buy, to be honest. But like I said, my bias did change. This was like my first day back trading in a long time. But yeah, now like reflecting and looking over it, I'm like, what the hell? But it's fine. Yeah, I haven't really been in the loop too much about what's been going on fundamentally. But yeah, clearly here, this is a daily trend. Trend line, 4-hour trend line. This is a 4-hour trend line. Ideally, if we wanted that buy position, we would have wanted this trend line, this counter trend line to break. And this is why I wanted to enter the sell from up here. So we have this counter trend like on the 15-minute moving up. I was seeing that gold at the time, because right now obviously it's broken through the 4-hour trend line. It's broken through, but at the time this was happening. It just kept rejecting. We were really bouncing off the trend line. So I was thinking, right, are we going to get a bit of a reversal here? This was a higher low. And let me show you here. I mean, it's a bit shit because it's the 15-minute, but we get, this is a higher low. We break structure here. I was hoping that we were going to break, this trend line here, but it just completely rejected. And we had this happening. Again, it looked quite different this morning. But quite clearly, what it was doing was it completely rejected off this counter trend, 4-hour counter trend, started to, come down. And again, I was like, oh, it's rejecting below, kept, playing around. But again, this is where I wanted to enter rejection. And this is what I mean by just using price action, really. Because again, daily time frame is very bearish. The dollar was dropping. Let me just show you guys. This is what I wanted to take. So again, we broke through. This was just like confirmation, really, but this is what I wanted to take. This was the trade here. It would have been a 1 to 5 risk to reward. And I literally was just watching it as well. I watched it come up to my entry quite a few times. It was a bit frustrating, really. But it is what it is. First day back, I wanted to see how it played out. But again, supposedly, if you take these types of trades, we'd literally still be in this trade now. Looks like as well, we're breaking through. We did break through this trade here. Not this trade, sorry, this 4-hour trend line. So right now, You know, we could be retesting it. We could push down a little bit more because we've got a key zone not too far off. We've got the trend line not too far off. So, evening, John. Let me just... Yeah, I'm not too sure why it actually looks so different to everything. Oh, okay. I don't know what's going on there. Yeah, so this is what I was looking at this morning. But I don't know where I think this is the 4 hour trend line. You know, we've broken out through this trend line. We've got this counter 15-minute trend. And what I was thinking was this upwards trend that we was coming to retest the back of this, which would have been, you know, on the higher time frame. So I thought we had a bit of movement to move up. But yeah, after this high couldn't be broken here, I actually came out of the trade. So I managed that trade, you know, I mean, there was actually no loss. I think it was like $20 in profit. It was a lot. But this is why understanding like market structure and things like that is really, really important, so that you understand, like, you know, when to manage your trades, when to come out of the trade. So don't know why I look so different from this morning. Maybe I, you know, wasn't switched on enough. I'm not really too sure. And this is why, you know, it can all be a bit subjective. Andreas, good evening. I hope you're good. But yeah, I had my list of confluences there. I'm not going to read that out because I feel like you need to kind of look at it. But yeah, I got a re-entry because I was like, I was really believing in this trade because this was an area, this was a, where I literally wanted to enter. This was a structure zone. If we were to continue, as you can see, we're literally creating higher highs, but it was just this here where it couldn't break above here. And then when it broke out of this 15-minute, the fact that we did not go back into the trend, even though we did kind of engulf, we got these rejections below. I was like, yeah, I think this trade is not valid for me. I'm good, Andreas. It's just been a busy few weeks. I've recently just decided to shut down my other business and go all in with trading. So really exciting time, and, you know, a bit scary at the same time, but, you know, we've got to take risks sometimes. But yeah, so like I said, it was all looking good until it wasn't. And this is where I, you know, was trying to explain. And this was, you know, this morning. So I'm not even just, you know, trying to make stuff up to you guys. This is what I saw this morning. This is where I would have taken my trade. You can see here, I put failed to break this high. It was all rejection, got a lot of rejection in between. Broke the trend line, but did not break back in. Started retesting the back of the trend line. So this is what I was saying, like, it looked different on my charts that I just I showed you guys a second ago. But this is essentially what I was looking at this morning. And then it obviously ended up being such a big drop. And like I said, really, if you're trend trading, you're not actually meant to come out of the trade until the trend is broken. And this is something that I'm really working on. And obviously that's why I wanted to, you know, jump back on here with you guys, you know, jump back on doing my streams and my live with you guys to hold myself accountable to, you know, the next step of this journey. You work a lot, relax. It's not really work if you love what you do, to be honest. I don't really find what I'm doing right now work. This is really, really good for me because I have been struggling recently with being consistent with journaling and reflecting. I don't know, maybe it's because I don't really want to sometimes face myself. So, I used to love coming on here and doing my lives and my streams with you guys because I just felt just yeah, I'm able to actually reflect. Um, right, whoever the hell you are, not really too sure. Yeah, I think, TikTok's a funny place. I definitely haven't missed the weirdos here on TikTok, but it's all good. It's all fun and games. But yeah, guys on TikTok, I'm really, really grateful if you came over to YouTube because that's where obviously you can like see my screen because I'm literally showing you a breakdown that I sent into my Discord this morning. And like I said, I literally was like breaking it down, starts. And this is the thing about price action trading. You've got to be able to change your bias quickly, and not be too stuck in your ego of like, it has to go up, it has to do this, I think it's going to do that. And then you literally just miss out on opportunities when you're too stuck in your ego. That's so crazy. Someone's literally saying buy AFP 30 lots minimum, just full port, just risk the whole account, guys. Apparently that is what you need to do. But yeah, like I said, right now we should still be in this trade. This would have been the swing trade from last week. And this is why I'm really starting to enjoy trading, understanding where we are in the structure. Because I never used to really take into consideration key zones and stuff. Right, sorry, I was literally just looking at a notification. But guys on YouTube, do we have any questions? Okay, can see some questions, or kind of. Right, sorry guys, I'm literally moving this. Oh, I didn't even see your messages, guys. General News, welcome back. Thank you so much. Really, really appreciate you guys. Yeah, trading gold. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, it was my first kind of day back trading, so a bit rusty, but it's all, practice makes perfect. We build up the confidence again. I just realized my top is literally luminous on this camera. Tay Knox, I'm sorry I didn't see your message, your comments there, but I hope you're well. Good evening to everyone. TikTok, Instagram. I know Instagram you can see my charts just a little bit, but it's a bit, a bit hard when you can't see the full screen. So if you guys subscribe to Doey Trades on YouTube, I'm fully back now, and I know I've said this like a million times, but I'm fully back. I need to get back to holding myself accountable. That's why I actually used to start doing. That's the reason why I started streaming in the first place, to actually hold myself accountable to you guys. I couldn't stream this morning in real time because I was literally so busy. So the days that I feel like I can't really stream like in the morning when I trade, I'm going to stream in the evening to recap and reflect on what it is that I've been doing, because it's definitely, it always did help me, and it's been really, really good to meet new people. who trade as well. You know, it's always good to have like-minded people around you. But yeah, I kind of ran through that really quickly. Let's have a little look at what gold's doing right now. Like, I mean, I would never personally trade at this kind of time. Like, if I was going to trade evening time, it'd probably be from about 6 to 8, maybe. I feel like the volume is kind of dying out right now. But yeah, so let's just have a look. Like I said, on the higher time frames, I do not know how it looked so different to me. Why did it look so different? So strange. YouTube guys, can you let me know if my sound is echoey? So maybe I had it here. No, but let me just show you guys actually. Someone's just trying to. Someone's trying to jump on the live with me, but I'm not. I've never done YouTube battles. Not YouTube battles, TikTok battles. So I'm not going to be starting that today. But yeah, so maybe this is what I was looking at. And this is why, like, it's interesting because even if I was looking at this, you know, if this was my bullish trend line on the daily and we break through, you know, we've got a key level here. So really, you know, before taking a sell, I wouldn't jump into taking this sell here until this candle printed here. So we'd need to wait another day. And again, no sell opportunity, even though we just broke out. You wouldn't just want to just enter. When it comes to trendline trading, I think people just think, okay, we've broken a trend, so now I just jump in. Like that would be very impulsive. And I suppose if you can work with numbers, maybe if you're trading subjectively, that could work. But if you're, you know, you can't take every trade and you can't work with the numbers, you really only want to be taking the trades that make a lot of sense, you know, that A+ setups. But yeah, this is maybe what I was looking at, to be honest. I don't know. I'm really unsure what's going on, why everything looks so different from this morning. But I mean, we got a 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Because, you know, looking at this here, okay, we're looking quite bearish, I think. I think we're this week in itself, I think it's gonna be quite volatile because we've got quite a lot of red folder news. But this, you know, when we're looking at the daily, this looks like it's really small moves. But really, if we look at this, you know, we've got this breakout. And again, the way that I like to trade these breakouts is when it retests the back of the trend line. So if we look here, retest the back of this trend line, you're probably then going to drop down on the lower time frames, drop down to the 1 hour as your lowest. I'm just going to just show you guys what this could look like. Easy to use pivot points. Gold scanner. I don't use pivot points. I'm just going to have a little look. Thank you, Dan. So I'm just going to show you guys what this would look like on the 1 hour. So let's just go back. If you're new here and you know it's the first time that I've seen you guys here, you have to understand that the different times frames look very, very different on different time zones. Oh, not time zones, time frames. Sorry guys, yeah, see, this is what I think was really confusing me, because this, I've obviously, like, you guys have literally just seen me go from the daily, where I literally just showed you this bounce off trend line trade here. I know it looks small, but that's like a 682 pip move. A 1 to 4 risk to reward on that trade. But I wanted to show you, what it would be looking like on the lower time frames. But I don't know why it's looking so different, like really, really confusing me. Oh, you're saying it's echoey. That's really annoying. I'm hoping. Oh, that's just so annoying. I'll have to go through it afterwards, because I thought that I had fixed all of that. Properties. Nope. Sorry, guys. Monitor off. I mean, it's not meant to be echoey, but yeah, that's really annoying. Sorry for my YouTube guys. I will again try to find a way. I'm gonna just record a little bit there actually. Yeah, that's really annoying. Sorry guys. But yeah, this is essentially what I wanted to be showing you, what this looked like on a 1 hour, just so that you guys can really see. I'm just going to change the color of this, just to make sure I'm not just being silly. So, okay. This is what it's looking like on the 4 hour. See, this is crazy, because that's what it would have looked. This is what it looked like. This is what that bounce off trend line looked like. So you'd be waiting, literally for daily candles to close before taking that trade. Thank you so much for the follows on TikTok. I really appreciate you guys. I'm live on YouTube if you want to see my charts. I won't be able to show you guys on TikTok, so it's just Doey Trades on YouTube. Okay, let's have a look at this then, really, because unless you're purely trading on the daily, it would be hard to really see what's going on here, because there's a lot of consolidation. There's, it's just, yeah, like for me, so at the time, we've got this 4 hour trend line like this. We've broken through. So if anything, it's looking relatively bullish. So yeah, I guess that trade there is purely based off the daily. QP, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. It's not about gut reaction, because I feel like with trading, yeah, you can't. I wouldn't say it's gut, it's more experience of where I'm a price action trader. I very much pay attention to the candlesticks and patterns and things like that. So, if I've seen it time and time again, if I'm understanding that there's this time and a place to be more impulsive when there's more volume, yeah, I guess you can say that's like my gut. But at the same time, I wouldn't be saying that if I just started trading because I wouldn't have seen it enough. Like at one point, it was crazy. Like my screen time was like over like 20 hours, I think, which is crazy. Samir, good evening. It's good to have you guys on here if you're brand new. But yeah, this trade in itself, not really, yeah, too sure how you would have traded this on the lower time frames, even the 4 hour, because it just looks so. Oh, I think I did see this actually. So again, we like to stay in a trend until the trend is broken. So when we're creating these like counter trend lines, this is where, trend lines can give you more opportunity. If you would rather trade less and focus on those bigger moves, like we said, when we were looking at this trade on the daily, we just needed to wait for, those daily candles to close. It's a lot less screen time because you can't do anything until that candle literally closes. We're retesting. But yeah, I guess when you look at this on the 4 hour, we get this counter trend breakout. There's no real entry. I suppose there could have been a bit of an entry around here. Yeah, I mean, we can go, I'm going to go through that another day with you guys because I'm not going to lie, I am getting a bit tired. But we did get a break of this counter trend, which was a very steep trend. So again, initially, potentially it was more to, come down here, bounce off here. But yeah, I mean, gold, I think, recently there's been a lot of consolidation moves. But yeah, this is again just an example. And this is the thing, however you see the markets, this is why I quite like trend trading because we're all very different. Apparently I'm different from this morning to now. We break out through here, we're retesting on the back of this trend line. Again, wick up, push down, take your sell position here, or you take it, at that higher point. Or for example, we're on the daily. On the daily, this fails to, fully come back in. But yeah, I mean, again, if it just depends how much you want to trade subjectively, I think. And I think, so my business partner, and he's someone that I trade with actually, he trades quite subjectively using institutional gaps. And what he's been doing is basically collecting data of all the times that you just trade subjectively. You literally focus on data rather than too many confluences or whatever, but it is a bit of a numbers game. So I think I'm going to do the same for trend lines because I think it is one of those things that, yes, okay, someone going to lose. But at the end of the day, that is trading, someone going to lose. But where these trades are potentially, 1 to 5, 1 to 8, crazy risk to rewards, it's probably, if you're only risking 0.5% of your account at a time, like, you have to make sure you're managing your risk. But I think what I'm going to start doing is really tracking those trades on the higher time frame. I'm going to get rid of all of this. I'm going to start back testing and forward testing and actually collect some data for you guys. Thank you. But yeah, this is where we're currently at. Like I said, very much like look at that bearish movement coming back down to this key zone again. It'd be interesting to see if we, break through and come right down to the swing low of gold, or we start pushing and skyrocketing back up. But yeah, it'll be an interesting week for sure. But so do you think gold will continue down? The 4 hour haven't reached any. Yeah, so for me, there is room for gold to potentially move down a little bit more. Like I said, like we're not far off a key zone. We haven't broken any trends, like down like bearish trends. So right now, like I'm very bearish to be honest. But like I said, like this week is the end of the month. We got, is it NF? I don't know if it's, I'm not too sure if it's NFP this week, but I know we've got unemployment claims, I think. No, I don't know, but I know that we have a lot of red folder news. So we could be, pushing down and then we could push up. But yeah, who knows at this moment in time? It will be really, really interesting to see. But yeah, technically, these trend trades, we don't come out of them until this trend is broken. So we're moving our way down. This is where we're at in the market structure. We're nearly at that midway point. We're either gonna break through, come down to the swing low. If it comes down to the swing low, then I'm definitely looking, for that reversal. But right now, we've got a little bit more room to push down. How long have I been on here for, guys? Oh wow, nearly an hour. God, I've been yapping away for nearly an hour. I see some new people here on TikTok. Thank you so much for liking the live, guys. It's been a long time. I feel like it's been a good few weeks since I've actually been on live. I've had a rocky few weeks, to be honest. But feeling back and motivated, so we're good to go. But yeah, TikTok guys, I would really appreciate if you guys could come over to YouTube. I think what I'm going to do on YouTube really soon is do a giveaway for some funded accounts. So definitely head over to YouTube, subscribe. It's just Doey Trades. If you subscribe, you'll then be able to, be notified when I go live. But I think what I'm going to do very soon is start doing regular giveaways. So to give you guys the option to actually trade with funded accounts. Okay, cool. I will definitely speak to. So annoying. Yeah, it's really annoying that that is so echoey. Right, the buyers will start around 3220. Let me just have a quick look. Not too sure. Do you want to I don't know what your name is, but I can see your YouTube name is Dut101. Why is it that you think that we're buying at 3220? I mean, it's a very obviously, I know people like looking into the psychological numbers. Alexandra, the switch for you to be for when I became profitable. You know what? It's actually nothing to do with trading. The switch for me was when I decided to focus on actually. Oh, no. What's going on here? Sorry, guys. Literally moved the wrong thing. I wanted to move my chat box. This is just not it. I'm definitely getting my guy to change all of this because this is absolutely awful. So I'm really sorry, YouTube guys. Always technical difficulties, but one day we're going to get it right. Thank you so much for the follows. But yeah, so just going back to what you asked, Alexandra, for me, I really actually focused on what it was that was making me non-profitable. Because I didn't exactly, girl, do you do futures on memes? Meme? Huh? Do you do futures on memes? What do you mean? Do I trade futures? If you're asking if I trade futures, I do trade futures. Guys, sorry, I keep getting really distracted from the original question. But yeah, I do trade on futures. But, futures, Forex, I kind of find, it's pretty much the same thing. But no, I don't trade meme coins. That's why I thought, what do you mean, meme coins? But no, I don't trade meme coins. Is it meme or is it meme? But yes, so, for the question for Alexandra, for me, that turning point was really, really getting to know myself. What was it that was making me so unprofitable? And some of the things that came up for me was the fact that I was so impulsive. I would be that person that would be like, right, guys, I'm not trading for the rest of the day. And that would then, within like 5 minutes, I'd be in like 3 trades. Like, that's how little discipline I had with myself. I'd tell myself something and then I'd literally do the opposite. And I think I started to look at all areas of my life, and I basically started noticing like I was that person, and it's sometimes really, really hard to actually admit to ourselves that you're that person. Like, every single year, it's like, I'm going back to the gym, and then I never would go back to the gym. It's like, is there any point in me even saying that? But I would say it anyway. And then it just really had me thinking, like, okay, trading was a reflection of how I was in real life, in other areas. I'm a very impulsive person. I do things without thinking about it, but weirdly enough, like, I find it really, really hard to trust myself. I'd rather trust like other people. And again, like, I'm not going to go so deep on a bloody Monday evening, guys, but this really brought up like a lot of like childhood trauma for me where I literally cannot trust myself, because every time I would trust myself, like, people would prove me wrong and blah, 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 blah. Anyway, the only reason why I'm talking about this is because I actually started to look into other really successful traders. So I started watching their interviews, their podcasts and shit like that. And I would hear them say exactly the same thing. It's literally a reflection. It's a reflection of who you are. And if you've got healing to do, if there's things for you to do them outside of trading. I promise you, it makes a difference. Like, again, I was so undisciplined. So I was like, right, what can I do that requires a lot of discipline? Let me get back into the gym for real. And yes, I have had breaks, but usually I've been one to just stop completely. Like, I'm not there as much as I want to be right now, because I've had a lot of things going on. But I've basically tried to focus on being highly disciplined outside of trading, because if trading is a mirror of who you are, then there's no such thing as trading psychology. You need to get better with your mindset and your psychology outside of trading. And yeah, that's basically my honest opinion, guys. Let me just quickly read. I'm having to move this. I use premium and discount. Above the 50% is a premium. We look for sales. Okay, fair enough. I hear that. To be honest, there's a lot of different concepts that I currently use for my trades. So at this moment in time, like, premium and discount, like, yes, I do understand that. I'm pretty sure it's a smart money concepts thing, but yeah, it's not something that I pay too much attention to because, like I said, right now, we got key zones here and here. So potentially looking for a reversal in this area here, or potentially looking for a drop and a reversal into this area here. If we're looking this at on the daily trends, trend line, we've got a lot of move. I mean, it does seem a bit odd. Yeah, so that's what I'm missing, guys. This is what I'm missing. This even steeper trend line. Where it's been playing around and it's obviously broken this steep trend line on the daily. The last time it was at this trend line down here was beginning of the year. So I'm not too sure if we're going to be pulling back all the way down there. But, we've got some room for it to come down before going back up and, for it to still technically be bullish. I just saw your comment, Alexandra. Thank you. Um, yeah, sometimes it's hard to be really honest with yourselves, guys, but I promise you, I think this is why I kind of fell in love with trading because it's so much more than just trading. But yeah, I've really enjoyed actually being back on the live, back doing the stream. So again, guys, I'm gonna stream tomorrow morning. I think what time? I'm gonna go for about 10 a.m. tomorrow. So it'll be London session. So hopefully, that's not gonna be a bit this that's not going to be recapping. It's going to be live time in the markets. That is within my session. And then, yeah, I'm going to just get back onto catching up with you guys daily. Hopefully, building more connections and just getting back on creating the community. But yeah, I'm going to love and leave you because I haven't had too many haters on TikTok telling me to stop yapping, but I have been yapping for over an hour. Alexandra, I did learn some concepts from Daniel. I did. And you know what? The only reason why I didn't continue to trade purely like him is because I physically do not have the time. I don't have the time to, if you jump on his lives. And by the way, I love Dan. He's one of my mentors. I learned so much from this guy. But I had to make trading work better for me. And like I said, I just didn't have the actual time to sit there for 2 hours straight and, be focused on scalping. He's a scalper and I'm basically trying to switch over. There goes my phone. This is what happens, guys, when you are trying to multitask. My tripod is broken. But yeah, I'm basically changing from a scalper to a more of an intraday swing trader, which is okay, right. Phone just died, so mid conversation there. Daniel is brilliant. Yes, he is. Dan is brilliant. Like I said, I've learned a lot from Dan. But if you're a busy person, I really, really struggled to consistently trade like that, which is why I'm, always, always going to be trying to show people that you can make trading fit around you. I know a lot of people who don't want to trade because they're scared of the fact that, it takes up so much time. And yes, you are going to have to put the hours in at the beginning when you're learning about it, but I don't believe that you have to be stuck to your phone. Oh, thank you so much. But yeah, TikTokers can be a bit rude sometimes. I'm kind of used to it now. Right, I'm going to shut down Instagram, but how do I... Okay, perfect. I have stopped streaming on Instagram. And like I said, I am gonna love and leave you. I'll be back on tomorrow, 10 a.m. And yeah, I'm really excited to be back. And this is the start of a new chapter for me because I've fully left my other business now, pretty much. To focus. I am in the salon right now, but I'm actually gonna do the salon up, and I'm gonna do like a little content area, a little trading area. So yeah, really exciting times. But yeah, guys, have a good evening. Trade safely this week if I don't catch you later on in the week, but hopefully see you